Hey, how's it going, everybody? Brad the Guitarologist here. I'm going to a picker friend's house. He apparently has run across a trove of old projector equipment, and he thinks I might be interested in some of it, and we're gonna go take a look, so stick around. All right, here's everything I ended up getting from this dude. And we'll just kind of go through these one by one. Start over here with this Bell and Howell. These two pieces more than likely were bought together originally. The reason I say that is this one is a speaker and this one is the projector. So that's a 179 Model B. And this one is a 179 speaker. So basically they are a pair. We can open up the speaker first and check this thing out. Look at this. I don't know what these clips are for. They hold something, like something goes onto here and then it kind of probably rotates into place. It clips here and clips here. Not sure what it would have been. Maybe probably some kind of holder for the cables, I would imagine. And I've got the original speaker cable, and this uses a proprietary kind of a plug here, and I do have it. So there's that one, and it also has the power cord for the projector. But check this speaker out, man. 12-inch speaker, 16 ohms, 35 maximum watts. And there's the part number. What does that say? 1704 or something like that. Beautiful speaker. Cool cabinet. Original handle. Cabinet's in good shape. This one's full of these little mealyworm things. I don't know what these are, but you see them anytime you get something with velvet interior. You see them a lot inside of band instrument cases. They're attracted by the moisture, and they also eat the instrument's pads a lot. There's a couple mouse droppings down there, and they probably were getting in right there, I would say. Probably had a nice little home going here at one time, I would imagine. We can vacuum all that out, but that's just a beautiful speaker. Beautiful. There's one little tear I see up there on the front cone. We can pull this thing out. There's one little, see a little bit of sunlight through there. One little spot, a little bit of sunlight up there as well. So we'll have to, before we do anything with this, we'll have to take it out of there and do some minor cone repairs, I'm sure. And here's the projector. Oh, it's locked. Check this thing out. It even has all the little accoutrements. These are the drive springs, or a couple of them. I don't know why there would be extras, because there's already a couple in here. But basically this one comes off of here and it screws in up here on top, and then this one here comes out and screws in here on the side. I got some paper bits in here. Remote volume control, but that's why I bought this thing right there. Look at that. There is a tube amp lurking inside of this. Microphone input, you could jam on it just like this. It's probably going to need some service, but you could set this down on your table, set this up beside it, plug the two in, and rock and roll. What a beautiful piece of equipment. You just don't see stuff like this anymore. This is made to stay inside the case while it's on. You can see the exhaust here for the 1,000-watt lamp. And there's a little port right here that opens up to shine onto your wall. And then you got a height adjustment screw here that adjusts the front end up and down. Very cool. And weighs a ton. I haven't put it on a scale or anything, but man, this thing is heavy. Next up, we've got this Revere. I'm not sure what model this is. We can take a look at it. Just check out this case, man. That's something, huh? Audio-Visual Equipment Company, Louisville, Kentucky. I've actually gotten another projector in the past that had this same company's thing on there. This clips on the side and opens up, and we have a cord. There's the power cord. There's a speaker cord. Here's one of the little extra pieces. We got oil, and we've got a whole manual. Super cool. All right. So there's the projector. Let's see, it's a model S16. It's AT&T licensed patents for the tube amp, no doubt. Here's your height adjustment. And it just looks overall in very, very good shape. Let's turn it around. And the unit itself is surprisingly light. This one actually is very light by comparison to the Bell & Howell. A Revere 16 sound projector. Once again, we have a tube amp in this puppy. There's our speaker output. We are missing the lens, apparently. Okay, well that's interesting. Missing the lens. I wonder if it's in here somewhere. I bet it went right down in there. Still a cool piece that I really just bought for the amp. And we can get a listen to this at some point here. Probably not in this video, but in another future video. But up in here is your speaker cabinet. And there's a speaker, and it's got its own little feet on it. So what you would do is you would set this on a desk or something about midway through the room, and you would project up onto the projection screen, and then you would set this up at the front of the room, facing everyone, and you would run that long cable from this back to this. Anybody who was in school up until probably about the late 80s is familiar with this sort of thing. Probably not exactly this, but this sort of thing they would drag into the classroom they would wheel it in on a little table, set it in the middle of the room from the library, and then you would raise your hand to become the person who would well, if it was just a film strip, you would raise your hand and become the person to flip the film strip, which was a big privilege. This one is a Victor 16 millimeter, And again, just cool looking case on this thing. Cool little pinstripe that goes around. And I'll show you what this is kind of cool because it comes in 3 pieces. Let's move it forward. You can see the latches here on the side. We've got microphone input, treble control, volume. There's your speaker connector, power. You can turn your exciter lamp on and off for the sound, which is good if you were just going to use this as an amplifier. But your little lid lifts, and there are your arms. Here's your speaker with the cable. Good shape. And I don't know what this is like a this is kind of like the speakers they put in those national amplifiers at one time, and Gretsch from Valco, kind of similar to that, but I'm certain that's probably an RCA speaker and not a Rolla. Got some instructions on how to lubricate and how to thread everything, which is nice if you want to actually use this for its intended purpose, which I doubt I ever will, but I'm not going to dismantle it either. I have no plans to dismantle it, but I can use this once again as an amplifier, because it does have a built-in amplifier, and you see the big power transformer there. Model 65-10. Victor 16mm sound projector. The Victor, I love this name, Onomatograph Corporation. Love it. Davenport, Iowa. Got a fuse back there. And again, there's no lens. There's no lens in this. Well, that's a bummer. And there's the exciter lamp. I've done a video before on exciter lamps and what they're for, and I will put a link at the end of this video to that one if you want to learn a little bit more about this technology, how they get sound on a film like this. Let's see, these are the spring pulleys for the arms. There's another one there. Again, cool setup, but I don't know what's happening to the lamps on these. I did not realize it didn't have a lens. There's no lens. So that's a bummer. But again, I wasn't intending on using it for that purpose, so I'm not real dismayed about that. But the guy I got all this stuff from, he was cleaning out a house where they are, or helping to clean out the house, where they're actually being foreclosed upon. The owner of all this stuff died, and the people who are left, the family, I think the house is being foreclosed upon, he said, and kind of a sad situation, but you hear it all too often. You know, they need to get rid of some stuff, and the guy was a hoarder, and he was a collector of this stuff also. So there may even be more of this stuff, but they're going to throw away what they can't sell or get rid of. So it's kind of a free-for-all moment, and you gotta kind of take them as they come on this sort of thing. This is cool. This is another speaker cabinet. This one is an RCA. I think I pretty much love it just for that badge alone. But check this out. Now, how about that? Just a beautiful speaker. God, I love it. Absolutely love it. Something else, I guess this would have also come as a set, probably, and the remainder of the set is MIA. He may find it cleaning out the rest of the house. So the projector might be somewhere, but I would say this was for holding the arms of the projector. Probably some of the other things associated with it. We do have the original cord that would have plugged into the projector. I may modify this for guitar use and use it, but check that out. Camden, New Jersey. This goes way back. Let's see. Let's turn it the other way. What is that? MI 1306-A. So you can probably find a rough date based on that, I would imagine. Also, just based on the RCA logo and everything, I would say this thing is probably early 50s, and just the cabinet design, maybe mid 50s. And then you got this one. This is a Devry. Devry is an educational institute. We used to see their commercials on TV a lot for Devry Institute. But this is a technological institute, and they had a lot of their own equipment as well, badged Devry, and this is one example. This one is a cabinet, little speaker cabinet. It needs some TLC, and all these little bits glued back together and cleaned up, and you know, the handle's seen better days, and the whole thing overall has just seen better days. But as bad as it is, it could be pretty well fixed up, you know, and made a little more presentable. Once again, here we see some of the little mealy worms, these little guys. I don't know the scientific designation for that species of worm. I don't know what that is, but you know, once again, they get into a lot of stuff. Anywhere where you see felt or that sort of thing, you know, they'll get in there. Any kind of organic cotton-based material, they'll get in there and eat on it. But look at this speaker. We got a 220. We got a Jensen speaker. Can't read the 220 part, but you can read. Well, you can't read the first two. I don't know. I'm guessing that's a Jensen. Sure looks like a Jensen to me. Yeah, it's definitely a Jensen. It's a P8Q. Just a cool speaker, though. Look at it. A little 8-inch speaker with the bell on the rear. Absolutely gorgeous. And I would say this is probably the 6th week of 19, what do we say there, 58? 6th week of 58, but I thought they usually put 06 on their date codes, but I don't know. This is kind of like the end. That's the same sort of speaker lead that I think that Revere used. And I've seen these on other things as well. But yeah, just a beautiful speaker. And for what I paid for it, definitely worth it. Alright, so that's all the new additions to the amplifier and I guess I'm starting a projector collection now, so hope you guys have enjoyed this. In the future, at some point we'll crack some of these open and fire up the amplifiers and see if the amplifiers work. Maybe do a service on them as well and see if we can't make them into a killer little guitar amp. So stick around for that and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And for now, y'all take care.